Happy Wednesday, party people. This is September 7th. This used to be my sister Morella's birthday, but I think somehow, I think she reincarnated into Kamala Harris and Barack Obama and Bin Laden, which is now my sister has become my #1 enemy. And I'm right here. This is the courtyard. I'm thinking about staying at this hotel if I get paid. And there's another one across the street that's really nice, the Hampton Inn. My ex-mother-in-law, Lee Castrino, she used to love the Hampton Inn. I wonder if she's an owner. I'm finding out all these things. And there's the metro right there. And here is a new building. It's called the Park. And it is really nice. I like this decoration. I like this style. They added these black poles that look like rifters. And it's a really cool look. You know, I think if I get my money from restitution centers, Los Angeles County District Attorney George Augustin stole my money, and I'm also finding out that Priscilla Chan and Mark Zuckerberg, their income is not only coming from predatory business practices by free-for-all pillaging, but also they're making their money because they hijacked all of the California courts with the permission of Gavin Newsom and the controller. So anyway, this is the brand new building. And so what I'm saying is that they got the judges bought, and they got the judicial officers, the clerks bought, and because of pay-to-play criminal racketeering, Facebook is making their money on kickbacks from the courthouse. In other words, the judges and the clerks will let anybody who has a lawsuit at the Stanley Moss Courthouse, Santa Monica Courthouse, Spring Street Courthouse, 2nd District Court of Appeals, they'll let you win the lawsuit, and then you got to give a kickback to Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan, or you got to buy Facebook stock, Metaverse, or somehow you have to invest it in Facebook so that the Facebook stock goes up or down, whichever way they're playing it, long or short. And this is like major insider trading with the SEC. Now, I have my beef with Facebook because, you know, I'm still in a war with Priscilla Chan because she stole my code, you know. She stole my database code. She stole my LAICON account. She stole my USA Task Force account, you know. And I'm still fighting Priscilla Chan, you know. But I'm finding out that Priscilla Chan has an antitrust monopoly going on. People trying to run me over here. It's like, the other thing is like Allied Universal. The way they drive the streets here, they got nothing better to do than to waste gas. They're just driving around trying to commit vehicle manslaughter. I mean, these drivers, they look like Mariachi Brothers drivers, and all they're trying to do is run you over. It's like, don't you got anything better to do? You have policemen that are watching the garbage pails because they're trying to save on a garbage bag. Instead of like 11 garbage bags, they'll have 10 garbage bags. And you have policemen to make sure that you don't urinate and pee in the street because they took away all the porta-johns. And then you have these Mariachi brothers think they're in the Indianapolis 500 and they're trying to run you over with vehicle manslaughter. You know, if I was a district attorney, I'd put all these motherfuckers in jail that are trying to run you over. But anyway, this is the park. It's really nice. What I'm saying is I really like this design over here. It's really cool with the rifters. And I'm trying to get my money from restitution centers because I want to buy an apartment here. I want to buy a condo, you know. And George Gasson and Michelle Daniels, Summer Hawkins, and Jessica Garcia, and the Los Angeles organized crime ring that's in antitrust monopoly with Marie F. Buxton of Kiko Van Ness Peters and Christopher Carney, they hijacked all the courthouses. And what I'm saying is that Facebook and other companies are making a living on lawsuits. They're making you win on lawsuits, and then you got to give a kickback to everybody. This is how they're making a living on lawsuits. They hijacked all the courthouses. And so I have a new case coming up. It's case number 22 STCV 27094, Leocono versus Gavin Newsom. But it's like really Leocono versus Gavin Newsom in the California courts, and Selby Stanislas, who looks like my second ex-wife. And all of a sudden, this Brazilian became the head of the franchise tax board, and then some, you know. And then Joyce Lee last year, she took my unemployment insurance. I couldn't even buy a winter coat. I had to go through a whole winter without a winter coat. Now I finally got to shave. But I didn't take a shower in a year because Joyce Lee and Connie Hun of the 2nd District Court of Appeals. By the way, I had an oral argument yesterday with the 2nd District Court of Appeals, and I think I won because they accused me of being a vexatious litigant, that I'm going around starting lawsuits by Michelle Williams Court and Myrene Doctor, who's like my shrinky-dink second wife also. I think there's like clones of my second wife all over the place is what I'm finding out. Shrinky-dinks. And she calls herself Miriam Doctor. How is she a doctor? And then the judge, who looks like Wendy Williams, she calls herself Michelle Williams Court. It's like, couldn't you come up with a better last name? Court? Come on. Court and Doctor. That's why you can't produce a Homeland Security I-9 form, because you're using fraudulent names and you don't want to be caught because you're winning lawsuits and you're giving kickbacks so that Facebook stock will go up or down. And Facebook has like no income. It's going to $1. They're making a living because they hijacked all the courthouses. It's crazy. So I'm going to file a request for default judgment, statement of damages, bill of costs, and preliminary injunction. And basically, all these defendants are not responding. I'm fighting against the judges. Elaine Mandel, who's really Ms. Davis, who's really Ivana Trump. She's not even a Davis. She's not even Brit. She's not even from England. She's Ivana Trump. Elaine Mandel, the judge in the Santa Monica Court, along with the other judge, Craig DeCarlo. I sent both of these judges to prison, right? And I still can't get my money. So now I'm going to file a request for default judgment, statement of damage, and bill of costs. And hopefully I get paid, because when I get paid, everybody else gets paid, because I have pledged 95% of my money. I created a bounty. This is why I'm getting so much protection. This is like beyond me pulling a Martha Stewart. I created a bounty where I'm giving 50% to the IRS and 45% to Los Angeles, some to California, you know. I'm only getting 5% out of this deal. I try to also put out a request for proposal where if you can get my money out of restitution centers, I'm willing to give you 25%. And I'm only getting 5%, so you're getting 20% more than me. So I can buy a house over at the park. And there's also another place called the Catherine, but the park. They have some really nice buildings coming up over here, really nice new construction. I really like Santa Monica and downtown LA. And so that's what's going on. I'm trying to take my cases to the Supreme Court. And they have all the judges and the clerks bought. They got this clerk bought that she's rejecting my filings with TrueFiling.com and also Journal Technologies, because it's being run by Jamie Dimon and Judith Kent and Judy Myers. And Jamie Dimon is like in control of everything. He's in control of the courthouses. He's in control of the Journal Technologies e-filing. He's in control of Citibank and City National Bank. And it's like really crazy here, you know, because the courthouses are hijacked. They have my cases. They're scheduling my hearings 11 months into the future. That's beyond a violation of the Sixth Amendment, beyond a violation of the California Right to a Speedy Trial Act. They're scheduling, they don't allow the court reservation system on www.lacourt.org. And so I have to call Sandra Mixon, and her and Craig DeCarlo and Elaine Mandel, they're scheduling my hearings 11 months into the future. And that's what let Donald Trump get away with it, because I was trying to put Trump in jail earlier. And that's elections interference. That's why I contacted Mr. Mueller, Robert Mueller. But anyway, this is what's going on. So I'm trying to take my cases to the Supreme Court, and now the clerks are rejecting it, saying that my case is closed. They don't understand stay. They don't understand without prejudice. They don't understand that I can file an appeal to a higher court like the appellate court or the Supreme Court, because the judges and the clerks, they're ex-cons and criminals that have no qualifications. They can't even produce a Homeland Security I-9 form because they're using fraud names like court and doctor. And so this is what I'm dealing with, but I'm trying to get to the show, Supreme Court, a Supra. And now I'm finally here. This is like my favorite street. And I really get the best food right here at Vaughn's. I really like that rice pudding. It's really, really delicious in the morning. I really love that rice pudding. And so, you know, if you want to get food at a really good price, you should definitely come to Vaughn's. This is like the best deal in town, Santa Monica, Vaughn's.